In this video, we're going to have a look at how to enhance your images using Lightroom on your phone. Now, this is my Lightroom library here, and there's an image that I'd like to edit. I'm going to do a search for it. I can click in the search bar here, and I can type a word in. Let's try C and hit search. This is one of my favorite things about Lightroom CC. We can search our image library, and even if the images haven't been keyworded, Lightroom will still recognize many common words like C and find all of the images with C for us. And this is the one I'd like to edit. Now I can begin using the tools on the right over here. So I could perhaps click the profile icon, which is this square icon here, and choose a profile. This will give me sort of different looks for my image. So I'm going to go for this modern 6 profile. And then I can go and tweak the tones by tapping the sun icon here. I can adjust the exposure if I like. Let's bring that down a touch. Let's also boost the contrast a little bit, and maybe drop down the highlights and open up the shadows a touch. We can set white and black points too. Now I'd also like to boost the colors to give it that sunset feel. So I can tap the next icon down to go into the color settings, and I want to boost the we'll drag the temperature across to the right here to give it that sort of nice warm feel. Let's also bring the tint across to the right as well and boost the saturation, maybe the vibrance a touch as well. Now, as well as making these universal tonal adjustments, we can also make very powerful selective adjustments. I can tap this top circular icon here, and then I can tap the plus icon here and choose one of these 3 local adjustment tools: the adjustment brush, the radial filter, or the graduated filter. So I'm going to use the adjustment brush, and this allows me to paint over areas. Now I can set my brush size using this icon here. I just need to drag up or down. So I'll set it around about there. And I can also set my brush hardness as well, again by dragging up or down. Then I can paint over an area that I want to edit. So I'll quickly whiz over this rock here in foreground. And then once I've painted over the entire area here, I can go into my tonal settings here and enhance the area. So I could perhaps lift the exposure in that area. Let's perhaps boost the contrast too. Let's also go into the detail settings here. We could perhaps increase the sharpness in that area slightly. Let's perhaps go into our clarity settings here and boost the clarity to pull out some of the texture in that rock. And once I've done that, what I can also do is make another adjustment for these rocks in the distance. So again, I'll tap the plus icon to make a new adjustment, grab my adjustment brush, paint over the rocks here in the distance like this. Let's make my brush slightly smaller this time. Perhaps zoom into the area a little bit more. Paint over the rock there like this. We go over a little area that we don't want to include, we can just switch to our erase tool and then paint to erase any little details that we don't want to include. And then of course we can go on and adjust that area in the same way. So I'll lift it a little bit, add a touch of contrast, go into my clarity settings and boost the clarity too. And then I can hit the tick to apply those local adjustments. And we could go on to use some of these other tools, like we've got the geometry settings, the lens correction, but I think I'll leave it there for now. So there we go. That's how to enhance your image using a series of simple tonal adjustments in Lightroom on your phone.